This is not clickbait. This, in fact, is high horology for Rolex Datejust money. Remember when I mentioned the alternative syndrome? Well, in our hobby, we have YouTubers like myself that love to show you alternatives to what you really want. It's like wanting a steak for dinner and having your vegan friend say, yeah, no, here's some broccoli instead. Well, in this case, Rolex is broccoli, but you, my friend, you want a thick, juicy prime rib. Vacheron's move to make an attainable piece is not only a humble move by the company, but also an extremely wise one for future generations. While Patek and AP are too busy catering to, let's face it, a more mature audience, Vacheron is thinking about the future of the brand. When asked about the confusing move of adding an entry level, by the way, I say entry with reservation because it's still about $11,000, they responded by saying, "We want the younger audience to get into the brand." This is very important to keep the industry alive. They aren't only thinking about filling their pockets now, but they're thinking about the future of the brand. That is why I respect Vacheron. Now, the second thing I wanted to address is the comments I'm gonna get from people who won't even watch the video long enough to reach this part, the so-called Cartier movement. The first thing we need to address is that this isn't a movement developed by Cartier, not like what a lot of people are saying in the comments. This is actually a movement that was used by Cartier, but it was never developed for Cartier. Now, of course, we have to understand that Vacheron doesn't just take the movement and slap it on a watch just so they could charge $11,000 and fill their pockets with money. The hand finishing and assembly are done by Vacheron themselves. Not to mention, they do regulate this movement even though it doesn't have the Geneva seal. Although, to play devil's advocate, it is not an in-house caliber. By the way, if they do put an in-house caliber, this would cost $20,000 at a minimum, so it will defeat the purpose. Now, one more thing I wanted to point out, the Royal Oak 15202, everyone and their mothers are praising, well, that movement was not developed by AP either. It was instead developed by JLC. The 15202 is now a $100,000 watch. So with the Vacheron Fiftysix, to save some money, Vacheron gave us a non-Geneva sealed caliber and a stainless steel case instead of precious metals. But that is really where the cons stop, if you even want to consider those cons. Everything else about this timepiece is done to the highest standards, from the 40mm case finishing and sharp angles to the dial details and mirror-like finishing on the numerals. The bracelet version also features the exact same extension as the overseas. My overall thoughts of the Vacheron 56, I think it is one of the best values at the moment in the high horology segment. The fact that you can get this watch for the same price you could get a Datejust 41, for me personally, is a no-brainer. You get high horology finishing on the movement, you get an exceptional movement despite everyone that will tell you it's a Cartier movement. We learned today it is not. Also, you get just an exceptionally finished dial, case, bracelet. Everything about this watch is the quality that you would expect from Vacheron, but of a price that you could get with a standard Rolex.